All right, folks, before we head back to court, I want to touch base with our guest. Joining us this hour is criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor David Bruno. David, great to see you. It's been a minute. Thanks for joining me on the program tonight. And like I said, it's been a minute, so I don't have a general sense of how you feel about this case in general. It certainly has picked up steam for the state over the last day and a half or so. Specifically, this particular witness, I thought, has been dropping bombs as far as, you know, the innocence or guilt of Lori Daybell. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the text messages don't lie. You know, the call to the insurance companies and the demeanor in court, Michael. She is not doing herself justice. And I know she's done well relatively within the last couple of days. It's a far from the incompetency she once stood as a status. So I'll give her that. You know, that box is no longer possible as incompetent. But with that being said, I mean, she's so close to all these emotional issues. She can't help herself, either opening the door to other things, you know, going into emotional back and forth. And I'm really eager to see what she does on the cross-examination of her text messages. These are her messages. And certainly she got a heads up to the intervention that was going to happen. That's crystal clear from the testimony over the last couple of days of testimony. I just wonder what she's going to do further in her defense.
Well, I got to say, and I agree with you at the end of the day, but when you think about it, what are her text messages really saying? They're talking about interventions. She's trying to figure out where people are going to be because of this intervention. She's got this weird situation where her brother kills her husband, and there's a time lapse. There's a lot of reasons why there could be a time lapse. There's no smoking gun text, right? Do you think they have enough at this point? Can she combat it on cross and say, look, where does it say I'm going to kill someone? Where does an intervention equal murder?
I think that if she has the right lawyer, Michael, that's able to disconnect from the emotion and really go hard after the burden of proof. I mean, because don't forget, they have to prove two things. First of all, they have to prove a murder, because if it's a spontaneous thing or it's self-defense, then you can't tie the conspiracy in. So they got to do that first, and then they got to tie her in as an agreement, right? The conspiracy requires an agreement between her and her brother, and that is what's critical to the state's case. I believe, Michael, you have the right attorney there on the feet, disconnected. I think they have a shot. But her, on her own, pro se, I think she lost a lot of steam, honestly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of curious behavior, but that agreement you're talking about, have not specifically seen that. But let's go back inside the courtroom now.